the Gambia came into existence, religion has been and continues to be a way of life and belief for both men, women, young and old, irrespective of tribe. In the Gambia, Islam and Christianity are the two main faiths embraced in a very harmonious and cordial coexistence. Although Islam has the largest followers of about 95% of the population, nonetheless the minority Christian followers command full respect and worship their religion, Christianity, without any hindrance. Thus, the interfaith religious tolerance enjoyed in the Gambia can be described as second to none in the world. The July 1994 revolution in the Gambia brought about unprecedented developments, peace and tranquility. Cognizance of the significance Gambians cherish for their religion, the country's leadership paid more attention, recognition, and above all, respect for the religious tolerance existing in the Gambia. The minority Christians continue to enjoy freedom of worship like their majority Muslims. The head of state, a devout Muslim himself, convinced by the teachings of Islam, constructed the first ever mosque at the seat of government, the State House. The mosque, referred to as Yaya Jammeh Mosque, was inaugurated on Friday, 4th August 1995. It attracts hundreds of worshippers who perform the 5 daily prayers, including the Friday congregations. This mosque was formally commissioned by one of the erudite imams from Mecca, Saudi Arabia. The July 22nd revolution that ushered in the Jammeh administration witnessed the proliferation of mosques in several parts of the country, as well as churches in many communities, which was made possible due to the enabling environment of the Jammeh regime. Over the years, the State House ground witnessed many religious celebrations, which took the form of Quranic recitations, Maulud Nabi or Gamos, and observance of Laylatul Qadr, the night of power. The Gambian leader also sponsors the construction of several mosques across the country, costing millions of dollars, as corroborated by these beneficiaries.
We are very pleased and delighted to have this mosque here. Since its completion, it has motivated so many worshippers in the community. It is always full to capacity. Immediately the call for prayer is heard. The congregation always prays for President Jammeh's well-being and his government. This mosque, sponsored by President Jammeh, has brought unity in the village. We cannot pay the president except to continuously pray for him. The previous mosque was constructed by the late Mohamed Musa Njai in 1975. And when it got dilapidated, we appealed for assistance from the president to rehabilitate the mosque. But to our surprise, President Jammeh decided to completely construct a new mosque instead. The project cost over $3 million.
In the same vein, the Christian communities also benefited from the president's magnanimous gestures in the form of donation of foodstuffs to the Christian Council for onward distribution to the Christian communities. The annual Tobaski feast and the holy month of Ramadan also takes center stage in the president's efforts to help Muslims as dictated by Islam. Hundreds of thousands of tons of sugar and other gifts are donated to Muslims across the country, and Tobaski rams to the less fortunate and sales at affordable costs. For the first time in the history of the Gambia, millions of dollars were offered to Muslim scholars to participate in Quranic and religious songs competitions.
والذين آمنوا واتبعتهم ذريتهم بإيمان ألحقنا بهم ذريتهم فكلوا مما ذكر اسم الله عليه إن كنتم مؤمنين وعلى جسدي في أجسادي وعلى قبري في القبور وتمت لك النعمة وطال لك العمر على الله إتمام المنافيك كلها.
The fifth pillar of Islam is pilgrimage to Mecca, the Hajj. During the 20 years of the Jammeh administration, thousands of Muslims, men and women across the country have performed the Hajj at least once in their lifetime as a result of President Jammeh's benevolence. He himself has performed both Umrah and Hajj on a number of occasions.
My trip to Mecca was made possible through President Jammeh's sponsorship. I received the information from our National Assembly member, Yaya Jammeh, and later our district chief, Yaya Jammeh, and Bakari Sidi Cham, who confirmed to me of my selection by the president that I'll be performing the Hajj. That year, we traveled along with so many youth, sponsored by the president. I have nothing to offer except to thank the president from the bottom of my heart and pray for him, as I have never dreamed of fulfilling this pillar of Islam.
My clarion call to all is to embrace the president and support him. He has sympathy for all, therefore let's close our ranks to realize the development aspirations of the president. The numerous developments registered in various sectors are here for all of us to testify. He gave us pound sterling as pocket money and paid for the cost of our rounds. Just recently, he distributed many bags of sugar as Ramadan gifts with total humility and advised that the gifts be distributed without any discrimination.
The Christian community has also benefited from his magnanimity in the form of sponsorships of Christian-related events locally and abroad, notably Rome.
The impact of Christianity with the Second Republic is very, very paramount, because looking at the cordial relationship that it has brought between Christian and Muslim, it is so cordial. It is only in this country where we have both Christian and Muslims living together harmoniously without even no queries, no ill fight, and also whatsoever. It has also brought so many benefits when it comes to, let's say, pilgrimages to finance pilgrimages for Christians to visit historical places abroad like Israel, France, and co. We have seen the intervention of the Second Republic in this aspect, and it has really also widens the trust of Christians to the Second Republic. And if my memory can serve me right, also in 2000, when some of the Christians youth were to go for a youth pilgrimage in Italy, Rome, the Second Republic stepped in positively, because they took all the challenges in evacuating all the youth to perform that youth pilgrimage, which is still lingering in the Christian society. It is a very vital move, a bold step that they took, because it was really very challenging looking at the expenditure involved in evacuating such a large number of youth. So the Second Republic took it all upon themselves to evacuate this youth, and most of them are even still with that memory, a memory which will always serve them for the rest of their life.
Actually, the religion here, all of us were serving one God. Yeah. But me, I'm a Christian, but at the same time, I have Muslim friends. So anytime they are doing their own, I'm with them. Because I believe anytime we are doing our own, they are with us. So we are one.
On the international front, the Gambia's participation has been outstanding within the Islamic Community of Nations, notably the Organization of Islamic Conference, OIC, the Arab League, and others.
Well, this has been a very successful summit, and it's probably going to be one of the most powerful international intergovernmental organizations, bringing the most vibrant nations together, the Africans and the Arabs together. These are very, very vibrant nations, bringing them together. And the stakes are high, the chances are huge. But that is why the president made a very concrete proposal that this organization is too important to leave its management, coordination, and supervision only to the existing structures of the two commissions. That's the African Commission, the Secretariat, and the Secretariat of the Arab League. It's too big for that. And the idea is to establish a permanent secretariat with the Secretary General, whatever name title, with few people who are staff who will exclusively focus on the coordination and the function of the organization. That is very important. Another concrete purpose, because all these organizations will not achieve anything in the absence of funding. The funding aspect is very important. And people have been, there's what we call donor fatigue. For a long time, we are relying on donors. And that is why His Excellency gave the proposal that it continues to be contributing a particular percentage of its external export. 10%, 5% is up to you. And look at how many African countries, how many Arab countries, and look at the huge resources that are flowing within these countries. So if it contributes at least 5% or 10% of its GDP, the external export, then that will constitute a vast pool of resources for this new organization. Then the organization will not need to be begging.
The annual courtesy call on the president on Eid al-Fitr, Korite Day, by the Muslim elders of Banjul, a tradition that started since the colonial era, has been beefed up during the advent of the July 22nd revolution in all aspects. The gathering has been wide enough, embracing all the Islamic sects in the country under the guidance of the Muslim umbrella organization, the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, whose role in the Islamic circles became more apparent now than before.